At Wind Harvest, our commitment to sustainability goes hand in hand with our dedication to wildlife protection. One concern we hear a lot is that wind turbines can kill birds. While it is true that wind turbines pose a threat to birds, many more birds are killed each year by other culprits such as habitat loss, collisions with skyscrapers, and cars. Emerging research also shows that fracking causes substantially more harm to bird biodiversity than wind farms do. Still, we want to do our part to preserve wildlife while expanding renewable energy sources. We're glad to be able to tell you that our innovative H-type turbines are less likely than traditional propeller-type turbines to cause harm to bird and bat populations, and that we have a plan to make them even safer. Why are wind harvesters safer for flying animals? There are three main factors involved: their size, their shape, and their speed. In this video, we'll focus on how these factors affect birds. A lot of what we'll cover here applies to bats as well, but there are some key differences which we'll cover in a separate video. While bird flight behavior varies by species, most raptors hunt at 100 feet or higher. Flight paths of migratory birds range even higher still. As of 2022, the average hub height of onshore horizontal axis turbines was about 295 feet, with the blades extending further up for a total height of almost 500 feet. Those rotors are in the range of many flying birds. In comparison, Wind Harvest's vertical axis turbines are short, only 60 to 85 feet to the top of their blades. So many birds will naturally not be in the range of shorter turbines, but some will. That's where the second factor comes into play: shape. Despite their size, propeller-type turbines are hard for birds to see. Their blades rotate in a two-dimensional plane, whereas birds evolved to be able to see and maneuver around three-dimensional obstacles like trees. Many birds of prey that hunt from high in the sky have eyes that focus on the ground as they track small running animals. These birds can completely miss the two-dimensionally rotating blades of traditional turbines as they fly down for the kill. H-type vertical axis turbines like our wind harvesters are three-dimensional and shaped more like trees. A bird of prey like an eagle soaring high in the sky should easily spot and avoid the turbines below when swooping down to catch prey. Many species flying in the range of wind harvester rotors should naturally see and avoid their spinning blades. Because the blades of propeller-type turbines are so long, their tips move really fast, up to 200 miles per hour. That makes them really hard for birds to see and avoid. In contrast, the whole blade of a wind harvester moves at a much slower speed of 40 to 80 miles per hour. Birds have more time to see and react to the movement of our turbines. It's like the difference between crossing a street in a residential neighborhood and trying to cross the freeway. So there are three factors that make our turbines inherently safer for wildlife than the traditional propeller-type turbine: their size, shape, and speed. But we're also adding an extra layer of protection on top of those: motion detection. We plan to install 24/7 motion detectors on turbines operating in areas with bird species of concern. For example, Solano County has some great wind resources, but is also home to the endangered Swainson's hawk. Motion detection systems can not only tell that a bird is flying hundreds of yards away, but even identify the species of bird by its flight pattern or image. Then, it can trigger a response based on what we know about that bird's behavior. That might be a deterrent sound or flashing lights, and it might mean slowing down or stopping the turbines in the flight path until the birds have left the area. By using this technology, we can not only protect birds from harm, but also more rapidly gather data on how birds interact with H-type turbines. That information can help us develop even safer turbine operations in the future. As mentioned in the intro, wind turbines also pose a threat to bats. There's much less research on how vertical axis turbines affect bats, but we do know about some things that are involved enough to merit their own video. The short answer here is that we hypothesize that the same factors making wind harvest's turbines safer for birds also make them safer for bats, although for slightly different reasons. We hope you'll check out our bat video when it's live to learn more about Wind Harvest's commitment to protecting wildlife.